What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Chris and I are here and we're going to be comparing the all-new exotic gem to the RST X2, both asymmetrical pearls in the Roto grip lineup. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Then if you like either one of our jerseys, as always, coolwake.com, use my promo code Napoles10. That'll get you 10% off your entire order. And then down below in the description, there's going to be a link where you can order any of these balls or any bowling ball. It's the best way to help support the channel. If you're looking for more in-depth information on either one of these balls, there's going to be a link in the description to my original review of them, and all the information is going to be there. So today we're just going to be comparing them.
Yep.
And my expectations are that the exotic gem is going to be significantly stronger, earlier, and smoother.
Should be.
Than the RST X2.
Yeah.
That's on paper, but we're going to see what happens on lane, yeah. So we're going to be here on lane 6 at South Point on a fresh, typical house shot. Let me know down below, or let us know in the comments, if you guys have got an exotic gem or an RST X2, why or why not? So let's get on the lanes. All right, so as always, we're going to start in the older one of the two, so we're going to start in the RST X2. Dude, that's so quick down lane.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those videos where the further we progress in this video, the better the X2 is going to look. It's on the fresh, it's just too quick. All right, yeah, the differences between these balls is going to be huge.
Starting in the RST X2 now. I'll be a little bit left of Lewis. Kind of my normal lead shot.
Split. We both split first shot?
Yeah. I figured since Lewis split on his first, I better do the same thing. Now, throw it better and get a strike.
Oh! Messenger Monday and Whack Wednesday.
Wonderful messenger that missed. See if we can get one that gets it this time. A little more hand.
There we go. Get it the second time.
Yep.
All right, so this is going to be the first shot with the exotic gem. And I'm going to go to that same spot to see, and then we'll make an adjustment if we have to. Oh! Yeah, even the low rev rate guys can shoot messengers over sometimes. So we're going to go back to that same spot, so much smoother. Hook. Yeah. Yeah, so this is definitely going to be a case where I start in the exotic, and then as I got to get left, get into that X2. Yeah. All right, so my microphone died, so I'm going to voice over for Chris. He's going to go to the same spot as he was with the X2, just to see what it does. Looks like a pretty good shot. That way smoother. Yeah, so that last shot for Chris looked really good. He's going to go right back to the same spot. One thing I do want to say is that both of these balls are finished at a 4,000 finish. So there's no polish on either one of these. Hey, that shaped more than I thought it would. Yeah, so he definitely missed left on that last shot. He said he's going to move 2 left and try to create a little bit more shape here. And I think it should look pretty good. Bro, that thing hooks for you. All right, guys, so again, sorry, my microphone died, so I took Chris's mic, and I'm just gonna voice over for him. He doesn't like talking anyway. So I think that the big differences that I saw in my game was that the X2 was significantly cleaner and way quicker down lane than the exotic. I think that I was playing them at pretty much the same part of the lane, but I think that the exotic would allow me to score higher on the fresh. Because for me, it didn't hook as much down lane. But for you, I think yeah, so Chris, we originally threw this ball with polish, obviously, because that's how it came out of box. And it rolled pretty terrible for Chris.
Yes.
It never hooked.
Didn't do it.
And when we changed it to 4,000 is when it really like opened up this ball. And it looks pretty unbelievable for Chris. I mean, it hooked a ton. Yeah. So for me, I'm gonna move a little bit left, not a whole lot. I think Chris has to move a big left with especially with the exotic. So let's get back on the lanes and continue to see what the differences are between the Exotic Gem and the RST X2. All right, so I'm back in the X2. I'm gonna make a small move in here. I think it's quick enough that it'll see it. Missed in, push. See, I can't miss in. Yeah, I missed in. All right, so I'm gonna go back to that same spot and just not miss left. And I think it should be really good. Oh, that's dirty. That's so quick down lane. All right, let's move like 3 and 1 left off that 9 pin. See if we can get a strike here. Oh, oh. All right, so Chris is back in the RST X2. He's gonna go to the same spot we were just at. And then we'll make an adjustment here as needed. Looks like a good shot. The messenger missed, but something. All right, so he's gonna move a little right. If I'm looking at it right, it's like 3 right with his feet. Get it a little bit more up the lane. I think that's gonna be 10 back. I was wrong. So I think I just announcer jinxed Chris for sure on that one. He's gonna go back to that same spot and slow down. Give the ball an opportunity to see the friction. Oh my God. Did we just go 0 for 6? Yeah, we both are definitely struggling a little bit with that X2. So I'm gonna move in now with the Exotic Gem and see if he can see it and go through the pins. Nice. So that came in super light. So rather than moving my feet right, I'm actually just gonna move my eyes left and play the oil a little bit. See how this looks. There we go. All right, that looked like a pretty good shot. Let's see if we can't repeat it here. Slower speeds, shallower angles. Huh. All right, Chris is back here in the Exotic Gem. That looks pretty good. All right, so he's gonna go right back to that same spot and just repeat, because that looked pretty good. Yeah. All right, so Chris is back in the Exotic. He's gonna move a bunch right. We're both thinking that as the lanes transition, this Exotic is actually gonna force us further and further right. That's Chris's favorite part of the lane. So I think that was really interesting because the RST X2 is really quick down lane, very clean through the fronts. And as the video progresses, I think that Chris and I can both move left with it with ease. Now, I think that that Exotic is gonna be almost the opposite. Like, we're gonna have to stay straighter, stay closer to that oil in the middle part of the lane, because if, like when I got it right, it kind of bailed and 2-pinned. And then when Chris got it in, it didn't hook at all. So then he moved way right and it looked really good. Yeah, he said it was like 12 right of where he was. I think that it's just a case where if you start in the Exotic Gem, you're not gonna be able to just keep chasing it left forever like you can other balls. Yeah. So I do think though that this could be a really good 1-2 punch where you start in the Exotic Gem from a little bit straighter and then transition into that RST X2. Can you agree with that? Yep. Chris says he can agree with that. So let's get back on the lanes. I am gonna move right with the Exotic, left of the X2. All right, back in the X2. Like I said, I'm gonna move left with it because it's cleaner and quicker. I'm gonna go right back to that same spot just because it looked really good. See it go? Yeah. So knowing where your bowling ball fits in the arsenal is the biggest thing. And I know where both of these land in mine. All right, Chris is back in the X2. And again, he's gonna move left as well. See it? Oh, I feel like All right, let me know in the comments if you think Chris is cheating with him tripping the 5.710 like that. Oh, and then you throw, yeah, and then you throw it better in 9-pin. All right, last shot for Chris in the RST X2. He's guaranteeing striker 9-pin. That looks pretty good. Oh, he called it. All right, so this is gonna be further right than I've been this entire time with this exotic gem. Kind of like where Chris was playing, just to see how this looks. I missed in though. All right, so I'm gonna go back to that same spot and not miss left and see how this looks. There we go. All right, and then last shot for me in the exotic gem before I hand it off to Chris. Bang. All right, so we're gonna finish off the video with Chris throwing the exotic gem, and he's gonna stay pretty straight here, which is not his favorite part of the lane to play. That's gonna hook. Yeah, that's, you need to be way right of that. All right, so Chris looks like he moved a couple left off that shot. Good shot. That's a good shot. All right, and here is the final shot of the video. Ended on a good one. Yeah. Bang, bang. All right, so now we're all done comparing the Roto Grip Exotic Gem to the RST X2. Both of these balls are asymmetrical pearls, and that's where the differences are just going to end. The Exotic Gem is a very, very strong core and cover combo ball that in these high friction places, moving left and jamming it into the friction is a non-option. The ball is just gonna completely die down lane for what we're bowling on. When we both moved right, I think that the Exotic Gem looked really good. And I think that that's where it's gonna fit in my arsenal. It's gonna be that ball that I'm gonna stay really straight with, or I'm not gonna throw it. Because when I have to move in with it, it just doesn't do what I want it to do. Yeah, because it's just too strong. But then when we turn it over to the RST X2, you definitely notice that Chris and I can get as far left as we need to. And that's not because it's stronger than the Exotic Gem. It's just cleaner, and because of that, it's quicker down lane. Strength is measured front to back, not left to right. So keep that in mind. Exactly, yeah. Chris said it actually has energy left in the end. So you can either use the energy up front or you can use it in the back. So if it's not using it in the front, it's gonna use it in the back. That's your science tip for the day. So guys, thank you so much for joining us in this video. Happy holidays. Chris and I wish you happy holidays. Thank you for joining us, supporting us on YouTube. Click right here to watch another one of my videos. Click right here to subscribe. Subscribe, we're trying to catch Darren. We like Darren on this channel, we're a fan of his, but we're trying to catch him.
Get there next year.
No way. Maybe. Till next time.